Hello, my name is Sofia and this is the walkthrough to OSINT Exercise 017. On my website you can find a number of OSINT exercises to practice your skills. If you have not attempted to solve this one yet, you can find the link in the description and give it a go first. If you're here because you have completed, well done, you should be very proud. If you're here because you want to find out how to solve it, I hope you find this video useful. So welcome to OSINT Exercise 017. Task Briefing. The majority of countries around the globe use the Gregorian calendar. However, there are other systems to measure and organize time. Below you'll find 3 news articles from countries that have not adopted the Gregorian calendar. Your task is to find out when the articles were published according to the Gregorian calendar. Before we even start, I want to show you how widespread is the use of the Gregorian calendar. In this map, you can see which countries only use the Gregorian calendar in green, so the vast majority of them. You can see which ones use a modified version of the Gregorian calendar, which are in blue. Here there are a few here and there. You can also see which countries use the Gregorian calendar alongside a different system in orange, so lots of them all around this area here, and which ones have not adopted the Gregorian calendar at all, which are in red. We have Ethiopia, we have Nepal, Afghanistan and Iran. And the 3 news articles we have here are from 3 of those 4 countries. Okay, let's start with the first article. So we have the title and we can click it to open the link and see what it's all about. So we have here, and this is an article and this is from Ethiopia. Okay, so we have a quick scan to see, can we find out when it was published? It says here it was 3 years ago, so that's good. It's a good start. So we're probably looking at 2020, I would say, since this video is being recorded in 2023. The picture in front of us says Tokyo Marathon 2020, which is also quite a good indicator that we are on the right track. So first of all, let's translate this news article to see what it's about, because I do not read this language. And for that, I will use my Google Translator extension, which I have here, and I will link on my description. And there we go. We translate the entire page and says brilliant. Okay, so the title now reads, "The Ethiopian athlete has won the Tokyo Marathon." And the first line of the text, here you go, it claims the Tokyo Marathon ended a few minutes ago. Okay, amazing. So we just need to find out in which exact date the Tokyo Marathon of 2020 took place. Easy task. Okay, we can just Google Tokyo Marathon 2020 and I have it here already, so I'm just going to Google that and off we go. Great, so we have a lot of information about the Tokyo Marathon 2020 and you can see here the results, and you have the winner and he is Ethiopian, as we were expecting. According to Google, this marathon took place on the 1st of March 2020, which is great. Now we just need a second confirmation and we'll be done. Okay, so we can just go back to the page, and I use this all the time. You right click, you click inspect. You can also do that if you just click F12, it also works. And then we just need to do a Control F. So we start searching for stuff, and I'm going to start typing published because I'm going to be looking for published time. So this will tell me when this article was published according to the website. And here we have it. It was published on the 1st of March 2020. Let me zoom this. Can I zoom this at all? I can't. Wow. Off you go. Okay. 1st March 2020. And that's done. See, easy peasy. I want to give a very quick note here. This method is not foolproof because this date can be very easily changed by the author or whoever has access to what gets published on the website. And I'm going to open here a new page. It's gralix.com/new year. You can see the title says 1999. And if you check the visible source code, so again, inspect and we search for published. So start typing published date and look, it tells you that it was published in 1999 on the 31st of December, 1 minute till midnight. How likely is this true? Obviously, this is not true. I created this date and this is not the correct date it was published because I was doing a lot of things on this New Year's Eve and it was most definitely not writing a blog entry. In these cases, what you can do is check the modified time, for example. So we have here modified time and says it was modified on the 4th of June 2023. this is a lot more likely. And in addition to that, if we just go back, you can also just open the picture in a new page. Sometimes they have that, and you can see here at the top also the date. So you have the 3rd of June 2023, and the screenshot was taken at 1909. So this picture and this page were definitely not created in 1999. They were created in June 2023. It was literally yesterday. So I just wanted to quickly show you that it is possible. You can change the dates if you have access to it. I would say most websites don't usually do that at all, but it's still important to know that it is possible. So just be aware of it. Anyway, best course of action when doing an OSINT investigation is to double check, triple check, do how many checks you need to do. In this case, we have confirmed. We have here the date that was published, which matches when the marathon happened, and we also have a picture here of the athlete winning the marathon. So it all makes sense, and it was indeed 3 years ago. So this is it. This is done. Next one. Let's go to the next one. And again, we have the title of the article. Here it is, and we can click it, and we're going to open. Let me just close everything else. Too many things. Okay, so this one is in Nepali, and this is another article that does not use the Gregorian calendar. So once again, I'm just going to translate to see what it says, to see if there's anything that gives me some indication of when this happened. Okay, recruitment for 5,444 people in police opened, and look at that, it says published on January 17, 2072. What the hell is this? 2072? That's not possible. So we have a problem. What is this date? What does this convert to in the Gregorian calendar? So if you scroll a bit more, the first line starts with January 17. So you're like, okay, cool, January 17, we have something. But no, that's wrong. So if at this point you're thinking we can just speed this up, we're going to check the page source code for the date as we did with the other one, but you're going to be a bit disappointed to realize that this strategy doesn't always work. And I can show you. Let's again inspect the page. And if you remember, we're going to start searching for published. So off we go, published. And it just tells us what we already knew, January 17, 2072, because it's literally reading that. So that is it. It's nothing that we didn't know already, which is a problem because we need more than this. Okay, so let's just take this off again. Another very useful tip when looking for dates of news articles or anything that gets published online is to check the URL. So the URL here says 2016/01 and a bunch of numbers. So this to me would indicate that maybe this 2072 corresponds to 2016, and maybe this year one is January, maybe. We're not sure yet, but we can find out. However, at this point, we do have reasons to suspect that this article was published at some point in January 2016, but we need more. A very useful piece of advice, another one, when trying to find information from news agencies is to check where else they are posting. Quite often they share their articles on their social media pages, and those will likely be using the Gregorian calendar. So I'm talking about Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever they're posting. So let's scroll all the way down, as I cannot see any social media icon at the top. And so if they're not at the top, they're usually at the bottom. So scroll all through all the comments, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and here we go. We found it. There is Facebook and there is Twitter. If given the choice, I'll always go for Twitter, because Facebook's search options are rubbish. They're absolutely useless. So just ignore it. Go for Twitter. Twitter is good so far. Okay, so we're in Twitter, so let's do this. Great. Okay, so they have 283,000 tweets. And as I've said in my previous video, no one has time for that. That is mental. Okay, so we're just going to target our search very quickly. So we can search here for from, and here it is, the handle, we need this one. And we're going to search for the exact wording of the title, because quite often they just copy paste stuff. So let's copy paste stuff as well. Here you go. And we put quotation marks, and off we go. And bam, here we go. Found it. 31st of January 2016. There we go. But are we actually done? No, we're not done yet. We need to verify this, especially because we had Google Translate. Remember, it was claiming the date was January 17. Here we go. Let me just translate this section here. So it says, oh yeah, this is January 17. Okay, no, because this one says January 31st, and I need to believe one of them, and I'm not sure which one to believe just yet. So at this point, I would say the easiest way is to use a Nepali to Gregorian calendar converter and see what we get. So I can just Google for Nepali date converter. Let me just copy paste so I don't have to type. Here we go, and we just click the first one because why not? Don't overthink, just go for the first one. So we can start with the 2072, which was the one from the article. If you remember, here it is. And we're going to put the date. So we're going to start with the 17 just because that's just what Google told us. But it says here January, and if you see here, there is no January, and you can try to guess, is this going to be the first one? Because January is the first one, but we do not know. We don't know if this calendar works in the same way as the Gregorian calendar, so we cannot make assumptions. We can just quickly find out the name of this month. So look at that. We can see that these 2 digits will be the day, this one will be the month, and this will be the year. So if we just get this one, which Google just says it's January, it's like, I don't care, Google, that's probably not true, is it? It's not going to be called January. So you're going to put on Google, and it's going to be like, oh look, there is a word. It's MAGA. I have no idea how to pronounce this. But anyway, we have a word, and maybe this word will be here. And look, it is. So we're going to convert. Remember, this is the 17, like Google Translate told us, and we're going to convert, and it says 31st January 2016. So there we have it. It is the 31st January 2016, and we can double verify this by just copy paste this date to see, does it match? Yes, it does. It does match, and bam, we've solved the second one. Okay, I'm getting way too excited with calendars and articles, but that's fine. I love all of this. Okay, next one. Third one, only one left. So far, so good. We have this one, and we're going to open the link. Again, this is the title. I cannot read it. It's fine. I don't need to read it. I can just translate everything. We can do the same as we've done before, and we're going to translate the entire page because I want to know what is this about. So it says, on the 5th night of Fajr, I don't know how to pronounce this, I'm sorry, music festival, which groups will take the stage? Okay, so we have, it's a musical festival. It apparently lasts at least 5 days, possibly more, we don't know, that's fine. The way it's phrased makes it sound that the 5th day of the festival has yet to happen, because it says here will be held. So perhaps we're looking at an article written on the 4th day of this festival, and we'll find out in a bit. We can spot a date here, look at that. That is a date which is claiming that the article was published on March 2nd, 1401. One interesting fact about all calendars, if you've noticed so far, is that every single one of them will have the day, which is 2 digits, will have a month, which is a word, and will have a year, which is 4 digits. They all follow the same pattern, which is amazing, because this means we can identify the 02 as the day, we can identify this word as the month, and we can identify this as the year. And additionally, we can even see that this is probably a time, because you have 2 digits, you have the colon, and you have 2 other digits. It doesn't matter, we don't really care about the time, but it's just very interesting. I think it's very interesting. Anyway, we still need to convert it. So at this point, we can do again, we can inspect the page. You can just click F12, it's much faster, but whatever. And we can start typing published. Here we go. Okay, so it does have published time, but unfortunately it's not that useful because it's just giving me what I already knew, which is not in the Gregorian calendar, which I'm looking for. The difference here is that instead of a name of the month, it has the number of the month. So this is the day, and indeed says 02. This is the month, which says 12, and this is the year, which is 1401. Okay, so far so good. We know the day, we know the year. Hopefully it's correct and not like the other one. And hopefully we can verify it's all correct. But we still need the month. And hopefully we have learned from the previous article that there's very little chance this March here, let me go back again, that this March is the equivalent of the Gregorian March. So this is likely a different word that Google is just translating as March. And here we can just use a similar approach to what we've done before. So again, let me take this off, and I'm going to select this one and see what is this? What does it stand for? And look at that, Google does not say it's March anymore, it says S-Fund. So suddenly we have the name of the month, and this is what we're looking for. Okay, so now we have the day, we have the year, and we have the name of the month. So let's search for an Iranian calendar converter. First one, I just go for the first one, don't overthink it. And let's input what we know. So again, 02. Let's go for the S-Fund. Where is it? Right at the bottom. Remember how on the source code it said it was a 12 month, and interesting is actually at the bottom. So this one might actually follow the same pattern as the Gregorian calendar. Okay, so 1401 calculate, and it tells me that was the 21st February 2023. Great, we have a date, we need to verify it. We always verify everything. Okay, so we can see, okay, I'm too excited. We can see that the fact that the article mentioned a weekday. So let me go back, let me translate again. Where was it? Because I remember all of this. Okay, so it says on Tuesday, March 2nd. So now we just need to check that this March 2nd, which is not March 2nd, if you remember, it's the February 21st. So we just need to check if this February 21st, 2023 was on a Tuesday. And actually, it does tell us it was on a Tuesday. Look at that, how useful. I can just change, look at that, and just goes Wednesday. So yes, it is. It is correct. It is a Tuesday. We can also Google that, but you don't have to. I've done it. It is a Tuesday. And if you remember correctly, this was a music festival and we have a date. We know that this article was published on the 4th, perhaps, day of the festival, because it mentions the 5th night of the festival, which groups will take the stage, will be held. So this is in the future. So it's likely it was written at least on the 4th, maybe even earlier than that. So we can just Google when this festival was happening. So we have here Fajr Music Festival, and I'm going to put 2023 because this is the year we're looking for. And we have seen here that this was the 38th. So there's been a lot of music festivals. So let's focus on the 2023 and let's search for that. Okay, so the first one just says 2007. I'm going to ignore this one. And this one says 18 February 2023, 4 days before the 21st of February 2023. So this is likely our last clue. And here it is. It says the 38th. So again, same number. This is the same. And it says here music festival opens in Tehran. And this was on February 18, 2023, which is again, like I said, 4 days before this article was published. So at this point, I would say that yes, we have established beyond any doubt that this article was published on February 21st, 2023. Okay, quick recap all of this. The first article was from Ethiopia and it was published on March 1st, 2020. The second article was from a Nepali website and it was published on the 31st of January 2016. And the last article was from an Iranian news agency and was published on February 21st, 2023. All done. Here you go. Dating articles and information online is of utmost importance to verify events and claims. Although most countries will use the Gregorian calendar, not all do so. So it's very useful to know how to navigate around that extra bit of challenge. I hope you enjoyed the exercise. I hope you managed to learn a few things. I'm sorry, I was way too excited. I don't know why. This is calendars, but whatever. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.